that's due to y'all, because without y'all, I wouldn't be standing before y'all today. I thought, and I'm going to just throw a big joke in this group. I thought she was going to read this, but I'll just kind of give y'all a little bit of background of, like she said, about my connection with y'all, and then I'll kind of go into who I am and why I'm running for governor. That's okay. I'll try to be quick because I know y'all just ate, so you probably want to not be in here too much. So, I'll just read on here, and then I'll get into my speech part. So, come next Tuesday, my plan, Lord say the same, is to be the youngest candidate in the governor's race. That is the plan. I'm here to represent Ferriday. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was happy to be among the privileged and dignified group of people. I stated, this was me as a senior, as Ms. Booth said, in high school, I stated, I will one day come back and seek to impact the community of Ferriday. I'm glad you sent me the money for I'm glad you sent the money for the Ben Green Memorial Scholarship directly to Louisiana Christian University. Chances are, had y'all given it directly to me, it would have went on helping my mom and sisters, and I lessen our struggles with poverty. So today, I return to Ferriday with the goal to continue to make good of your goodwill to me and continue to inspire the young people coming from Ferriday to dream big and continue to give back to the community through words and deeds. And as I was talking with the educator in the back of the room, Ms. Sharon, I know that as a Rotary Club, y'all are big on community and service, and that's what y'all stand for. A lot of what y'all do at the Garden Club and different things around the community, that's what it's about. It's about making sure that this community is uplifted and continues to be well taken care of. I see some of the former state representatives and congressmen and different people in the audience. Some of y'all, I grew up watching and seeing y'all kind of guide and lead the community. That's kind of what I want to do. So I'm going to go away from the paper, and I try to say, I told Ms. Booth, and then once I get it, I'm going to get into my speech. But this, just so y'all see, I ain't no fraud. This was the scholarship that y'all gave me in August. Basically, had to go dig that up this morning at Mom's house. So I'm going to come around and kind of just talk to y'all, be more comfortable. If that's okay, if I can be comfortable with y'all. As she said, my name is Xavier Ellis. If y'all look right up the road here at Ferriday Market, I spent a lot of days there. At 17, my mom basically said, "You ain't playing basketball no more, son. I need you to go help pay these bills." So that's what I did. I went and got a job, started working at Ferriday Market. Y'all know Mr. Ganberry, Mr. Ormstead, some of those people in the community. I worked under them. Ramon Hogan, who's the manager now, I worked under him. I even came back during my college days and came to Ferriday during the time when I was staying at my mom's and worked. If you go a bit farther up the road, if y'all are familiar with Ferriday Villa, the apartment complex back there, that's where I grew up. A lot of days, if mom didn't have a car, didn't have anything, she taught me hard work. I mean, I had to walk to Ferriday Market to get to work, and some days if I missed the bus going to school, I had to walk to Ferriday High School. So I know about working hard and being exceptional and trying to do great things. So my story starts, like somebody asked me, when do you start thinking about government? You always position yourself in life to stay out of trouble, to stay away from drugs, to stay away from the ills of the world. And this journey for me, if I'll be honest with y'all, I didn't know I was going to run for governor, but I can tell you that I put myself on a path to have the opportunity to do this and to have the opportunity to impact my community. When I was, like I say, in high school, I had papers, this whole table covered with papers studying. Mom had to say, "Son, it's 2 o'clock. Your bus route comes at 6. You need to be getting some sleep." I didn't care because my goal at that time, I couldn't see it, but it was to be salutatorian. Because I knew eventually, I knew growing up, y'all, that my options here were very slim if I didn't get a college education. I could have failed to teen pregnancy, I could have failed to drugs, I could have failed all of that, but I tried to rise up above that. So, going a little bit farther up the road, if y'all are familiar with Pentecostal of the Miss Lou, Pastor Holliton, Randy Moran, some of these people, I went to church there. And I would say that foundation that they gave me pretty much saved me. And I still cover that. So being that I was in that community and in that involvement, that is what led me to go to Louisiana Christian University. where I went on to major in history, which was a subject I loved in high school. Didn't know when I got to college that it was going to entail just writing papers. And that was a struggle. I'll be honest, it was a struggle. I was very good at memorizing information, that sort of thing, but that was a struggle for me. But I had a friend who encouraged me to stay with it, get my college degree. My best class is what I would say, y'all, when people say, well, what's your experience with government? I'm going to get into that in a moment. But my best classes in college, y'all, were political science. That's where I shine. I would go in any classroom, anything, and it was just something about politics, something about the idea of, impacting your community that, like I said, has been with me since I was a young boy going to church here and that sort of thing. So I probably should have been a poli-sci or public administration major, but I chose history. So fast forward to that, I graduated from college. And like every college student, I'm thinking, what am I going to do now? And I started saying, well, I know there's a grocery store right up the road. I can go back home. My people back home are going to love me, and I'm going to return home and work at the grocery store. Well, people like yourself and others were like, well, man, you just got a college degree. You got to do something else, man. So at that point, what I decided to do was I took another leap of faith, and I decided to go travel down, if y'all familiar with a place called Opelousas, home of Zydeco and Boudin. I went down there, and from there, I started my teaching career. I became an educator, and as I was saying with Mr. Ron, you can imagine, y'all looking at me now, some of y'all probably feel like about 15, 20. That's the impression that those kids got of me. They were like, you finna teach us? That's old enough to be our brother or that place. So from there, I had my balance.